Hello, gamer game. Oh my God, this is like the third time I've done it in a row. Gamers for Ho, watchers, participators, everyone. You're all here. It's a big mix of awesome people helping out the stream. And why are you awesome for helping out the stream? It's because the stream is helping out Stand Up to Cancer. That's right. We are supporting Stand Up to Cancer, which is a charity which helps fund research to combat and potentially cure cancer. If you are interested to donating that to that cause, which every single cent goes to it, you can check out the link in the top pinned at the top of the chat, or if you want to do it the hard way, you can go to gamersforhope.com/donation. But that's enough for me. I'm going to pass it over to Dino running Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Thank you very much. Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Advance. The category is any percent debug, and you now get smooth webcam. I apologize for my last run. My webcam was glitchy because my game was sharing in 1440p. We won't talk about it. It's fixed anyway. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Harry Potter games, let me give you the quick run over. There's a lot of them. Each film had tie-in games. Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets had 5 different versions. We're going to play the GBA version today for Chamber of Secrets. So I'm going to start the timer, and then I'm going to explain how the game works and why we call it the debug category. So time is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. So, whilst we're talking to Hagrid, who is, in my view, one of the best characters in the series, let me explain how the versions work. So, Chamber of Secrets had 5 different versions, like I say. It had the Game Boy Color version, which was a turn-based RPG. It had the PS1 version. It had versions for the 6th gen consoles. So, like, that's PS2, Xbox, GameCube. And it had the PC version. And then it had this version, which is the Game Boy Advance version. So this version is very much around sort of parkour and traversing and optimization of movement. So we're going to be picking up. Just going to grab this quickly to get my health back because I want full health. So the reason why we call it debug is there's a very unique trick in this version of the game. So when we get to Quidditch, which is a bit later on, if you hit a certain input during a wizard card screen, it activates a debug menu. I'm gonna wait for this because I got caught. I don't lose my health. If you activate that debug menu, you can then oh no, I'm not making that. Okay, I went to go for the jump. I didn't. I saved myself. So yeah. Also, check out Harry's cool shades. He doesn't wear glasses in this version. He wears sunglasses, apparently. So yeah. Quite recently, the community had a vote on the debug category. Originally, we had it down as a category extension, and we didn't allow it for the main board. But due to the way the debug menu is activated, we decided on a vote, so it was a democratic decision, as they say, to allow it on the main boards. So now it is the main category for speedruns. If you do play the non-debug menu, non-debug version, it is still a very fun category. I do generally believe this speedrun is underrated, but it is difficult because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Like, GBA games in general are just really hard, in my opinion. But yeah, so starting off, we're in Gringotts. Basically, we're just trying to get the money for our school supplies, so we need to go into the vault and get everything from there. I do need to get these crabs. Now, the one thing you're not going to see much of in this run is different spells. We have 2 different spells by the end of the run, which is going to be Flipendo which is everyone's favorite spell, and Incendio, which is actually what we're doing at the moment. Is we're actually going to go and grab the Incendio spellbook so we can actually get into our vault, because our vault is so old. There's spider webs and cobwebs all over it, so we need to get in there. Now, to get to the spellbook, I need to collect gems. There's 5 different gems scattered around the dungeon that is Gringotts, and we need to get them all so we can actually get in, because that's our vault there with the cobweb on. So we need to go in there. So I need to push this cart over to grab the yellow gem, and then head up here. Also, unique control scheme in this game. Jump is the right button. So if you imagine a GBA controller, it's the right shoulder button to jump. So I've got it bound to right trigger for the purpose of the emulator, because yeah, I run an emulator. Okay, so we have our 5 pieces. That's going to let us into the vault to get the spellbook. But it's being guarded by a giant crab. Fortunately, I can tank 2 hits. Oh, missed the shot. There we go. There we go. So we've learnt the Incendio spell. Now to talk about the control scheme for this game. I need to be a little bit careful here, actually, because I'm only on 1 HP. There you go, we're fine. If I get hit once, I have to restart at the restart point, which would lose me a bunch of time. Yeah, anyway. So control scheme in this game is... the game never ever teaches you how to switch spells. It just doesn't do it. It expects you to kind of just know it yourself. So, how we found out how to switch spells, the game wants you to go into the menu, scroll to the spell screen, and select it manually. It never teaches you the quick way of doing it. We found there is a quick way of doing it, which is by holding down the select button and pressing A. No idea why that works, but it does. So I will try and show it off at some point, but I do need to focus on actually getting through Diagon Alley at this point. So I'm going to grab some Wiggenweld potion, refill my health. Just because. So we need to buy our potion vial because, yeah. There we go. So we get a wizard card. Ignore that one. That's not the one we need to glitch. We're going to glitch one later on. But first of all, we're going to go down and we're going to speak to Neville. Oh, guess what? He's lost his toad. He's lost Trevor. So we need to go in here. So now I need to actually Flipendo a switch. So I need to hold down select, press A. That swaps the spell. Now, if you picture a controller, that's not the easiest thing to do. Okay, but Trevor has somehow found himself all the way in the back of this shop. So I need to actually head all the way to the back and grab him. First, we're going to traverse over some snails. Don't want to be getting hit by them. The one thing about this game which I do really like is the soundtrack. It's a very cool soundtrack, and every level has like a unique one, which is really cool. But yeah, the first part of this run is still pretty standard. I do need to hit Trevor here to be able to grab him. So even if you play the non-debug version, you still have to do all of this. Like, this is the thing, like, debug doesn't get interesting until you reach Hogwarts, really. One thing I'm going to do is I do need to go up here, go down this way, otherwise the shopkeeper sees you. And the way this game works is once you hit like a trigger point in the level, so there I picked up Trevor, if I got caught by the shopkeeper, it would put me back at where Trevor was, and I have to work my way down. There's Fred and George. We're not going to be speaking to them. We're going to speak to Ginny again. And we get a great cutscene. We get to meet Gilderoy Lockhart. So I need to spam through the dialogue. Here comes, I believe this is the photographer, yeah, for the Daily Prophet, who takes a photo of the famous duo. As anyone who has watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets will know, Lockhart is a fraud. He doesn't actually do any of the things that he claims to. He basically takes credit for what other wizards have done and casts a memory charm on them, so they don't remember doing it. That's his claim to fame. So we're going to speak to Hagrid. We're going to go into the Leaky Cauldron. And we're going to go and meet Ron. So apparently in the 10 seconds that we've just been out of the bookshop, we've missed the train now. So we've actually missed the Hogwarts Express. So we need to get to Hogwarts. But first we need to get through the Floo powder. So this is one thing that like other games don't really cover, is that to get to the car, Harry and Ron need to get back to the burrow. So we have to go and get a bit of Floo powder to use the fireplace to be able to get the car. So we're going to open this chest, grab ourselves some Floo powder, and we're going to head over to Hogwarts. So Ron is chilling over by the fireplace waiting for us. We're doing all the work. And also we're at Hogwarts, so we're here. Now, again, if you've seen the games or seen the film, you kind of know that there's always someone over their shoulder looking at them. Look in the bottom left of the screen here. Look at Snape waiting for his cue. There he is. Look, he's just chilling, and here he comes. Okay. So Snape's going to do his little bobblehead movements, and he's going to bring us into the castle. Okay. So we're in the castle, we're in trouble, but yeah, it's the middle of the night, so not much they can do about it now, so they're going to send us to bed, basically. So we need to make our way up the grand staircase. The problem is, we're going to run into a very mischievous ghost, or poltergeist, if you want to be precise. We're going to meet up with Peeves, who, if you've watched the films, unfortunately got cut from the movies. Originally, he was to be played by Rick Mayall, but who did actually film the scenes, but then they decided to cut the character. So Peeves is very mischievous. He's going to throw a bunch of vases at us, and then he's also going to bring some of the knights in Hogwarts to life, who have very big axes, and they're going to swing those axes at Harry. Now, the reason why I refilled my Wiggenweld potion back in Diagon Alley, as you can see, is every time you get hit in this game, it takes away one of your health bars. So, whilst it looks like, oh, you have like 5 full health bars, yeah, one hit is 1 health bar. So I can quickly drink the potion there, so we're back to 4, and then I can still tank 1 more hit. Still wake up. This guy's gonna hit us. You can bait them, so you can like enter their field of vision and then quickly back away, and you won't get hit. But we have the health. We might as well just tank the hits. Okay, so we're gonna go into the common room. I'm gonna do a little trick here. So I'm gonna press B to open the portrait, but I'm gonna press jump at the same time. That skips an animation of Harry crawling into the crawl space of the common room. Which, if you actually activate it, you would see it's a very slow animation, so it actually saves a lot of time over the course of a run. Okay, so we're going to go speak to Ron. Now, in traditional Harry Potter game fashion, he wants us to go and speak to Fred and George, who were in their shop. Now, the shop isn't actually in the common room. This is the strange thing. So, when I first started learning this game, because I hadn't played the game before, I grew up not knowing the handheld games even existed. I was a big like console player, so I played on like PS2. When I first started learning this game, I tried to do like a blind run, I could not find Fred and George. I did not know where they were. So it turns out they're just in here. He's actually patrolling, you know, as a prefect. We're gonna see in the no debug version, we would actually go and do some bean bonus challenges. We're not gonna do that. We get to just leave now. But yeah, so we get caught by Percy deliberately there because the game doesn't give us like a checkpoint. So even it still tracks that we've spoken to Fred, but it spawns us by the exit, so we can just leave. So we're gonna go speak to Ron, and then we're getting into the good part of the run. So we need to go and speak to Ron and Hermione in the dormitory, and then we need to head down to the Great Hall. Oh, actually, just Ron. Just Ron in this case. Now, fortunately, because of the game being so kind, they made a portrait room, so you have like shortcuts to all the floors. And if you come through this door, you're in the entrance hall, so you haven't got to go down all the flights of stairs again. You can just literally head down, and then you're in the area we need to be in. So I'm going to go speak to Ron. He gives us a little lesson on how the house point system works. We don't care about that. We're not doing that. We're going to go to Quidditch. Now, I'm about to do what speedrunners really never do, is I'm going to be slow. Believe me, there's a reason for it. So when you do the Quidditch practice, the general practice of the lesson is fly through all the rings in as quickly as time as possible. Now, the goal time is 35 seconds. So you have to beat 35 seconds. If you beat 35 seconds, you get a wizard card. However, if you fail it, it's fine. You can still carry on the game, but you just don't get the wizard card. You know, it's any percent. Why do we want the wizard card? There is a reason for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off like, okay, I'm going to just speed around, just grab the rings. But I want to finish this round slower than 35 seconds. Obviously, optimally, I'll finish at like 36, which means that like I still am saving as much time as possible. So I'm just taking my time, let the timer fill up. We're at 30 now. Okay, I can start speeding up a little bit now. There you go, we're at 36. I played it a little bit safe. There you go, 39 seconds. Oh no, we failed. We don't get the wizard card. That's okay though. So Hermione wants us to go and carry on, wants to go to Charms class. But we're going to go in this little broom shed here. So this broom shed is like your replay feature. So this is how you can replay certain levels. So what we're going to do is we're now actually going to beat this quickly. So we actually want to get the wizard card now. So I need to be a little bit careful because these rings are deceptively like hard to hit sometimes. So that's why I'm going a little bit quiet, so I just want to make sure I can get this. There you go, I've missed one. I might still be able to do this if I can get these ones quickly. Okay, did I get it in time? No, I didn't. That's fine. Let's go again. Missed it by a second. So I need to just do it again. So I need to trigger every ring. Oh god, I'm doing this really bad now. Yeah, the rings are very deceptively difficult to fly through. I'm trying to boost through them as best I can, but I'm trying to make sure I actually hit them. There you go. So we did it. Got a wizard card, and then press right. There you go. Now all of a sudden we have the debug menu. So we just broke the game by pressing the right trigger button. So I'm going to click on Basilisk's Lair. It's going to trigger me to leave here. I'm going to quickly leave the game. It's going to trigger us there. We click on Basilisk, and we're there. So we're in the final boss fight. Okay, so we're going to fight the snake. I do need to be a little bit careful because we've entered this level through a debug menu, we don't have a potion anymore. So I only get one chance at this. So we are going to use Incendio because it is the quickest way of doing this. I also am very close to death, so I need to be a little bit cautious now. Snake is dead. There we go. Okay, so we're going to speak to Ginny, speak to Ron, then we're going to enter the final cutscene of the game, and then we're going to trigger the credits, and that will be time. Okay, so the hats come down, and time. There we go. So that was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Game Boy Advance, any percent debug. So essentially, if you press right trigger on that card screen, you trigger a debug menu. It allows you to go to anywhere in the game. So we choose the final boss fight, so you can trigger the credits. But yeah, if you want to check out Harry Potter speedrunning, I do highly recommend it. There are a lot of different games that you can play. Very quickly, I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. I know there is a bit of a stigma about Harry Potter speedruns generally just because of the author. So I do really thank GFH Marathon for accepting the run. We do still get accepted to a few different marathons, and we're always happy to show off the games. None of us at the Harry Potter speedrunning community condone the views by the author, who shall remain nameless. But yeah, we're very, very grateful for the opportunity to show off the game, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come and check out some Harry Potter speedruns. We have a Discord, we have a speedrun.com series page, so come and speak to us, go and check out the games. They're really fun, they're full of nostalgia. But yeah, thank you very much. Keep raising money for Stand Up to Cancer as well. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the event, and I'll pass you back to our wonderful host.
Thank you so much, Dino. Wow. Debug runs are always very interesting to me because it's very fun to see where the developers left such a exploitable oversight. So that was really interesting. What's next? What's next is, I believe it's Broforce Forever. I should have it up, or I should know it. You would expect it from me, but I don't. It is Broforce Forever. Look at me, I knew it. Shouldn't doubt myself. Which is being run by Ultimate Form with a 0. Don't know if that matters. So yeah, we'll be starting that up here soon. Me, Novo, I'm gonna be heading off, and I'm gonna be heading to bed because if you can't tell, I am very tired, and I will be passing it to, I believe, 10 IQ. So yeah, stay tuned for another amazing run, and thank you for watching.